Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Marcus here again. I want to take the time to thank you so very much for giving me this your moment in time. And I give it my best to make it worth your while. I want to say, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm here because for some strange reason or another, something happened to me that has not happened to many people. And that was the solidification of the existence of God. The all doubt eliminated. No more doubt. God is God, invisible, power, responsible for all of that which man is unable to do. And there is much that man experienced in our lifetime that exists. And so we find that at that moment in time, where many others have found themselves in the same situation, but were not given the blessing for which I was given, if I can call it a blessing. I do, because that's the way I received it. And having received that blessing, some might think it's a curse, some might think it's a blessing. A curse in that I'm now held in a different situation than most people. A blessing in that I can stand before you, sit before you, share with you some truths that I know that you don't know. But the curse is when you refuse to listen and you walk in the darkness, a darkness that keeps the whole population walking in. You see, ladies and gentlemen, we all have our opinions about this and our opinions about that, but some of us know the truth. And there are some of us who know nothing. And usually those who know nothing will argue till hell freezes over with those that know something. My point that I want to say to you, ladies and gentlemen, is this, is that there is a power. And I have to tell you this, I was given the miracle so I can do this. I got a big mouth and I can't really talk for a long time. I've spent many years listening and talking. And so even though the words that I've shared, the message that I've shared have gone unnoticed, my job is still to stand before you, sit before you, and to share with you that there is a God that created you just as it made this earth, and it created this earth for all human beings on this earth to live as though they are in heaven. All of the resources necessary for that to happen have already, outside of your requirements, have been already established in the earth, on the earth, above the earth, some seen, some unseen. But it's all there. And everything that is not there, it means that the human have the quality. And so what is required is of you to participate in the process. And in the process of creating all of that which you have determined is essential for your heavenliness. That gives you choice to create heaven or its opposite. It's all on you. You've been given that you shall reap what you sow. You've been given that the seed that is planted yields the fruit of the seed. And so, ladies and gentlemen, it is no game that's being played. Everything is real. Everything is authentic. When I look at the big picture, I can see all of the what you so-called good stuff and good people. And you know there are a lot of wonderful good people on earth. You also know that the only thing that it takes for evil to champion is for good people to just be good and do nothing about ending evil. And that's what's happening in the world today, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of good people. And see, the message I have been given is a big picture. The big picture is that when we have pain and suffering of any nature, whether it's absence of food, clothing, shelter, education, healthcare, absence of peace and prosperity, absence of freedom and joy of life, absence of the fulfillment of your dreams, all of these things are considered pain and suffering. They are the denial of inalienable rights that's granted to every individual on this earth by the Spirit and love of God. And the reason that it does not exist is because a deception was set in place. And deception, the lie, spread all over the earth. has become common. It has become acceptable. And the truth, you don't know what the truth is because you don't hear the truth. The truth is caught up in something that you do not understand. The truth is caught up in the opposite of what you think you know. And as a reality to responding with that truth, the evilness of this society, and perhaps societies all over the earth, will kill you. This is how you know that you're on the right path. They will kill you. But every human being always says, Father, help me to live. Let me live. Oh God, everybody wants to live. Nobody wants to die. And the truth of the matter is, ladies and gentlemen, to escape from this hell, there's only one way. You got to die. You got to die. Because as big as this hell is and all the participants in this hell, either you're trying to tear it up, destroy it, or you are a part of it. There's no escape. And the pain and the suffering that exists in America, every American is responsible for it. Now, you might say, how is that? Well, the pain and suffering comes from a lack thereof. And a lack thereof means that there are those who are not lacking thereof. They got plenty thereof. And the plenty that they got is the representation of the theft of others that don't have. And so, if you're not trying to change that, you're going along with that. So I'm telling you what I have been given to see and to share it with you. Now, in order for this kind of stuff to stop, you're going to have to change from the way you think to a different way. Now, how you going to do that when I can tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, the way to life is natural. It's normal. It's like when you get around, let's say a man, for instance, a single man. Let's say a single man gets around single women, and some of them are so fine. All of a sudden, chemical stuff start working, and it just drive you, whoa, that's natural. You can curse and blame and say all you want to say, but that's natural. And you can sit there and try to refrain, psych yourself up, do whatever you want to, but it's natural. So when it comes to saying being good, it's natural to know how you want to be treated. It's natural to know that people want to be treated at least as well as you. It's natural to know that if a certain type of treatment pisses you off, that same kind of treatment to somebody else pisses them off as well. And so if you don't want it, then you don't give it. I mean, these things are natural. So what I'm basically saying to all of the people that are listening to me, your government, capitalism, democracy, all of these things, socialism, communism, dictatorships, all these forms of government are anti-God. Now, God permits all of these governments to exist. Even democracy, where you could say, we the people. Well, I don't know what makes we the people feel that a dictator can commit an act against a people, and it can be so evil. And then you can get a democracy and ask the people the question, and for them to vote on it, and the majority vote in the same order, position, reference as the dictator. And it's supposed to be acceptable because it's a democracy. Whoa, now my friend, it was wrong for the dictator. It's wrong for the masses. It's wrong for the numbers. It's wrong. It's wrong. Yeah. That's what goes on, ladies and gentlemen. Right is right, and wrong is wrong. Ain't no other way to put it. Ain't no other way to put it. You can try, but ain't no other way to put it. So I guess I've been talking to you for quite a while. I want to thank you so very much. You didn't have anything to do, apparently, like me. I'm just riding and I'm thinking about the stuff that is important. I look at Target store. I look at the dollar store when they go into. I'm looking at these stores where people in there working, stocking shelves and beautifying the place and making it look good. I'm looking at the people in the stores, in the grocery stores, where they got these cookouts and cookettes or whatever, and they're doing all this cooking. I'm watching all this stuff take place, and it's looking good, smelling good, and everything, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm looking at these workers. Every last one of them deserve to have unlimited, unrestricted health care from the womb to the tomb. And it is my business to make sure that everybody knows that they are supposed to have that. But they have had it taken away from them. They apparently, for one reason or another, accept it. I want every last one of them to know that education is unlimited and unrestricted and without any cost. And everybody that got a cost, got a debt, eliminated. Yes, this is what living on earth as in heaven is about. No one will be without food, clothing, and shelter. No one. And transportation and all these other things, what we call the good things of life. Every human being in America will have access to these things according to the principles of heaven on earth. And what did it take to do that? It takes people to care about one another. It takes people to recognize that in America, white supremacy was evil. And everybody, the whole world knows it. And anything like that, whether it's done on the black folks, or done on the women, or whatever it is, it's evil, it's evil, it's evil, and it must not be tolerated. And so we're going to change America by changing ourselves. That's my job, to tell you that you got to change. And anything that's about God has to do with changing. It's about love. And ain't nobody trying to send anyone to hell because they wear lipstick. We're not trying to send anyone to hell because they wear, if you're a woman, you wear tight pants. We ain't sending anyone to hell because you gay. If you're LGBT, whatever. We're not sending in this love of God and sending nobody to hell that way. Anybody going to hell, that's between you and God. But what things will not be tolerated is that which causes pain and suffering. And how it want to be tolerated? We will expose it and reveal the way that will produce what you're trying to get in peace and prosperity and freedom and joy of life. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.